Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am reviewing the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads with glycolic and lactic acid. This is what the product looks like. First Aid Beauty very generously sent this over. I am in no way getting paid to share my thoughts with you all today. If you are new here, my name is Nadia and I'm a licensed esthetician who loves to test and review skincare products. If you love product reviews, consider subscribing to my channel. First Aid Beauty describes this as a sensitive, skin-friendly, gentle face exfoliating pads with a blend of alpha hydroxy acids designed for daily use to help brighten, smooth, and prep skin for makeup. You can find the Radiance peel pads at firstaidbeauty.com, Sephora, and Ulta. The peel pads are sold in two sizes, the smallest being 28 pads total, which retail for $20, and a 60 pad unit like this, which retails for $38. First Aid Beauty suggests that you start with clean, dry skin, and then you want to wipe this across the face, neck, and décolleté twice daily. You want to follow it with your favorite moisturizer and your favorite SPF. A patch test is highly encouraged for sensitive skin. Remember to wear your sunscreen daily, as use of AHAs increases the possibility of sunburn. I tried looking for the exact percentage of acids here within this formula, but I was unsuccessful. But this has some pretty good ingredients within the formula. We see exfoliants, anti-agers, hydrators, along with some skin soothers. Lactic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid derived from milk, which encourages exfoliation, smooths, and brightens skin. Lactic acid also promotes an even tone. We see glycolic acid here, another AHA that exfoliates, smooths, and brightens skin. Here, lactic acid is listed before glycolic acid, which tells me that there's more lactic acid present within this formula rather than glycolic acid. Glycolic acid here has a much smaller molecular size, which may or may not sensitize some skin or cause irritation. Because there's less glycolic acid, however, there's less of a chance of this causing a bit of irritation, dryness, etc. We also see licorice root extract, which I think is in a lot of First Aid Beauty products. This is an antioxidant that also soothes and helps fade dark spots. It's also an anti-ager. I first used the pads on February 19th and found that the pads were all saturated quite nicely, but I found this to be sadly underwhelming. There was no tingle in this, and I thought, what is even in this? On February 20th, I felt the slightest tingle on night 2, but no real radiance from overnight use. I wrote that this is not my favorite. I think I saw some unusual redness from using this 2 nights in a row, so I took a break from this and did more of a hydrating routine after using the Radiance peel pads 2 nights in a row. Clearly I didn't read the online directions, so after being disappointed, I decided to switch things up a little bit, as I was not giving up on these. So I started using them during the day, as I should have been doing from the start. On March 3rd, I noted that I began using the Radiance peel pads before I used the Skinceuticals Vitamin C Serum during the morning. I will link my review to the $187 Vitamin C Serum up above. If you're curious about my thoughts on a $187 Vitamin C Serum, I still did not experience a tingle here, and I didn't notice much of a change in radiance levels after the first few days. I honestly thought that these were a dud, and I was so close to giving up on these. A couple of days later, on March 10th, I noted that our relationship started off in a really bad foot with overnight use. The pads have worked better if I treat them like the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads. Great for me as I'm currently not looking for an intense chemical exfoliation, as I'm still using tretinoin. My skin has felt smoother and appears brighter. The unusual redness I experienced when I first began this test is now gone, and my skin was thriving. I have used and reviewed a number of peel pads here on my channel, so I will compare these to those. I'll start by saying that the Radiance pads are definitely more gentle than the Elemis pads, as those contain enzymes, acids, and fragrance. The Radiance pads are fragrance-free. The Elemis pads also retail for $65 for 60 pads. I will link my review to the Elemis pads up above. The Radiance peel pads are also more gentle than the Alpha Beta peel pads. I reviewed the extra strength pads, so I'm comparing these to those. The Dr. Dennis Gross extra strength pads retail for $153 for 60 treatments. Man. Those pads contain 7 acids, however. A tingle I definitely felt. So those truly smooth and transform my skin with just one use. The First Aid Beauty Radiance pads did not really smooth out my skin after first use. So, I mean, 7 acids and compare them to just 2, very, very different. And then if we also compare the price point, $38 to $153. So there is a huge difference there. These are, I would say, definitely more affordable, but to me, with someone with conditioned skin, normal skin that is sensitive only to physical exfoliation, these just feel a tad bit too gentle. A tingle, I do not know her when I'm using these pads. These pads are exactly what I want to be using right now. They personally feel more like an exfoliating toner. Personally, I think that these are a little bit more gentle than the new Paula's Choice Exfoliating Toner. I will also link my review to that up above for you. The Paula's Choice Toner, however, gives me such a nice glow, and it is more pore focused, I would say, because there is still some salicylic acid included within that formula, whereas here we see no salicylic acid. These pads are definitely something I would use only when I'm using tretinoin at night and I want a chemical exfoliation without using something with 10% an acid blend. From use, I have noted slightly smoother skin. Skin appears brighter, and the redness I experienced with the initial introduction is now gone. This did not irritate or overly dry out my skin. This did not interfere with the performance of my makeup as well. And although there is no salicylic acid present within this formula, I also want to mention that this did not break me out. Even my monthly hormonal breakouts were a bit MIA. Towards the end of this test, I will say that I started using these twice a day, so morning and evening. And on nights when I did use my tretinoin, I would avoid these as well. So I will tell you that even though I was using them twice a day, I still did not experience a tingle at all. But my skin did feel a lot smoother and it looked radiant. And then my pores did appear smaller. Still no peeling, flaking, or excessive dryness. Bottom line, if you are looking for a gentle resurfacing natural glow to the skin, use these once a day. But if you want a little bit more resurfacing, more of a glow, slightly smoother skin, smaller pores, do consider using these twice a day. By using twice a day, I didn't get a honey glow or a drunk elephant TLC framboos type of glow or resurfacing, but it was enough for me to notice. This worked well with the Skinceuticals Vitamin C Serum and multiple moisturizers. This worked very well with the Peter Thomas Roth Mineral Sunscreen and my Versed Sunscreen. My favorite way to use this was by cleansing with my Vetted Cleanser, going in with the Radiance pads, using my Skinceuticals Vitamin C Serum. I did want to show you how oxidized this has become. Of course there is. So that is how oxidized, let me show you, this has become. I mean, it was already oxidized, which is why it wasn't a favorite, but I just wanted to show you how oxidized it's become. So I am very close to emptying this. So happy. I do not want to let any of the serum go to waste. So I think I opened it late last year. You do want to use a vitamin C serum in 3 months. I followed the Skinceuticals serum with the Murad moisturizer. I would mix in some of the Pacifica Glow Drops, but I'll link my review to the Murad moisturizer up above as well. And then I would top things off with my Versed sunscreen. I would recommend the Radiance peel pads to anyone who has sensitive skin, maybe normal skin, dry skin as well, who is perhaps just starting their acid journey, or someone who just wants to take a break from stronger acids, because sometimes less is more, friends. Less is more. Pros, these pads are cruelty free, and I'd like to say these are affordable when I compare them to the other peel pads that I have tried. There's a 28 peel pad a unit that retails for $20, so I'd highly recommend buying the trial size perhaps if you are on the fence about these, if perhaps you might think that they are just exactly what you need, or if perhaps you think that these may or may not be what you need, because if your skin is conditioned to TLC or honey glow, you are going to be very disappointed in this. But if you want to take a break from those stronger acids, you can grab a jar of these. These are fragrance free and alcohol. A pro I would also forgot to mention is that these are incredibly saturated. Not so saturated that, you know, you have to squeeze the serum off, but saturated enough that even that first pad that I used had product on it. My con here, and again, I've mentioned this multiple times throughout this video, those who love their acid blends, those who have used Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos, Honeymoon Glow, or Honey Glow by FARMACY, you may just want to stay away from these. If you love those and are looking for something just as strong, this is not it. There are 2 matte ingredients in here, but they are at such a low concentration that I don't think you would find those to be irritating or sensitizing unless you have incredibly sensitive skin. I am rating these an 8 out of 10. If I were not using tretinoin right now, I would not be using these on a daily basis. These almost feel, again, like a toner on my normal skin, but I do love that these pads are allowing me to empty this vitamin C serum. Let me know if you have tried this product by First Aid Beauty in the comments down below. What's your skin type? How did you use these, and would you recommend these to others? Let's discuss in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button if you learned something new today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Gentle face exfoliating. Needs to be moved over here. Sorry. Do I look orange to you? Let me know. That fix me. These are, this has been open for well over, oh, is there a dog hair in there? There might be. There is.